This is Tom Sundgren with Capital Chaos TV. We're here with Luc Lemay from Gorguts, and they're on their 2025 Death to All tour. It's the last date, SF. How's it been overall? Any favorite cities of yours? Any favorite shows? Or
Of course, I'm a bit biased. The Montreal show was fucking great. We had like 1,500 pre-sale or something. It was and it had been like 2 years since we played. That's a hometown show for us, so to speak. But anyway, the tour is amazing. It's great shows everywhere. The crowd is very, very nice. Very, how can I say that? They show up for a reason. You know, they're really like big fan of all the music. You know, it's just great. It's just great. Oh yeah. No, I have no negative point to say about the tour. Not at all.
hell yeah! Is there a certain city you haven't played before on this tour, or you most likely played all?
Yeah, like Joliet, and that's the first one that comes to mind. But yeah, there's a few actually. Yeah. It's just that the name don't pop up right now, but there's a few. Yeah.
Right on. So yeah, obviously doing it for Death to All, celebrating the life and legacy of Chuck and Death. Do you have any, like back in the day, do you guys have any stories of you and Chuck talking, or was it through phone calls or writing?
No, we didn't know each. We weren't buddies, you know. I got to meet him maybe twice. We got to open for them on the spiritual healing cycle. Because I think it was Pestilence and Carcass that couldn't make it through the border, so there was Oblivion and us that were picked up to play Montreal and Toronto with them. So I briefly met him there, and we played the last time we played with them while Chuck was in the band was in 1995 on the Symbolic run, the Montreal show. So I got to meet him a bit more that day, share just a little, but not more than that, you know.
Just kind of short and passing, just appreciated the set.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then just curious, like, do you have a favorite Death album, and if so, why is it that one?
Of course, Scream Bloody Gore for me, it's classic. It's because it's because of that record that I decided that's what I want to do in life, you know. Because I was already a big fan of Possessed and Churches and the Celtic Frost record and all that stuff. But when I heard Scream Bloody Gore, it was like, dude, now we're somewhere else, you know. So yeah, Scream Bloody Gore and Leprosy, Spiritual, even Human, you know. They're because when we were at Morris Sound to do our record, to record Considered Dead. Human had just been recorded not long before, so I got to hear it before it came out and everything, you know. So yeah, I would say the first 4 records I'm closer to, you know. Symbolic, it took me a while. Now I love it, and same thing for Sound of Perseverance, you know. Individual, I love. But me, it's the older sound, you know, especially for his voice. It's rawer, it's lower, deeper, you know. So
There's always
I like all his work.
it's always interesting. Each album, his vocals change just a little bit, even production to whatever. But yeah, I feel like individual, like the vocals are like perfect as far as specifically the vocals. But yeah,
Very technical.
Oh,
Very. Anyway, yeah.
did Human catch on like right when you heard it, or like okay, yeah.
Oh yeah. Because it was still closer. It was still close in the aesthetic of Spiritual, but you had like that extra drum flavor, more technical, you know, which was like, whoa, yeah, that's something new, you know.
Right on. I was just curious. And then
Go for a long time. These records.
understandable. Any contemporary metal bands you're listening to these days? I know you're kind of big on classical too and stuff like that, but any certain new bands or just older bands you're still listening to?
I love Ulcerate. I love Ad Nauseam from Italy. I like a lot of these new dissonant death metal band, you know. What else I've been listening to lately? Because I still buy a lot of records. What's been on my playlist? Now that you ask, I'm not gonna remember anything. It's always like this. But yeah, those dissonant band, like I said, Death Spell, uh, Death Spell Omega, yeah, Ulcerate. This is more the ballpark that I like. Of course, I love Mastodon. I love all these all time. I'm not like stuck in one type of metal. I like it. I can listen to a Death Spell Omega record, and then I'll put an Alice in Chain record. I like all kind of music, so I'm very open.
Don't want to burn out on just one style or one type of band. But not to go too long, but I just saw Ulcerate on their last tour, and they played perfect, like not messing up at all. Like, but just to see just one guitarist making that wall of sound, and
Yeah, we got to play with them in New Zealand, so we got to hang out a couple times. It's very nice people, very creative persons. Yeah, they're great artists. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for them.
so yeah, it was amazing seeing them too. So this is a random question I always ask all the bands. Just curious, is there a vital snack for you that you need every day on tour? A favorite meal? Like, is there something you have to kind of go out of your way and look for?
Oh, I can have the biggest cheeseburger with a million patties. That works for me. Dude, I've been eating so much cheeseburger on this tour. It's just crazy. But anyway, good thing that I burn calories on stage, so it's all good.
It's fuel, but it doesn't matter. Like McDonald's, just anywhere. Like,
I like it, when we find more indie restaurant and stuff. Yeah,
diners or whatnot.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right on. So yeah, it's been 9 years since Pallades Dust. I was just curious, what was like the creative spark to get the light bulb going just for writing in general? Like, I know you took a break and kind of did other stuff going on and stuff, but like, was there a certain day or certain time or that kind of sparked it?
Really, I was telling myself, as soon as we're back from that Cannibal tour that we did 2 years ago, I'm gonna start writing again. And I was really in the right headspace, and I felt I had something to say. Because and I kind of hit myself on the head a bit with this. Why do I take these breaks? But sometimes my mind is just not into it. I like to do a million things all the time. But when we came back from the Cannibal tour, and I started to, okay, what would be the style of this record? So I was trying to get like a new aesthetic together, but I just couldn't find anything interesting, to spark me up. And then I said, hey, what if I take ingredient from all the records, because it's been like, I haven't wrote a riff with tremolo picking and thrash beat since Erosion. That's a long time. So what about writing riffs like that again? So, and then I started blending this with dissonant riff and everything, and then wow, it gave something really new. You recognize the band right away, but it's very different from all the other records. So
Interesting.
that was the creative process for this one. So I'm very excited for this one.
Nice. And you guys have set dates for the recording studio 2026 sometime?
Oh yeah. We should go maybe March-ish or something. We still need to talk about this, but all the music has been done for a while now. So and it takes me a lot of time. I have a lot of reading to find the concept because I like doing concept records.
Right.
So it took me a long time to find the topic. But just before this tour, I stumbled against a few topic, and I was like, oh, this is very interesting. So that's been in my mind since. So I got my topic and the topic I want
On paper, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm very inspired by it. So
Nice.
That's gonna be cool.
Right on. And then, like, for the reading, is it just like historical kind of stuff, or just like any subject?
I love those historical, but always from the past. Not that I'm very intrigued and interested by technology and everything, but I don't picture myself singing about this. For some reason, I don't know. It just doesn't. It interests me, but not to sing about. you know. So I'm always more interested in those obscure stories from another time, you know. So
Like,
and for the imagery and everything, it's more metal. It works anyway. But
nice.
for myself, you know, that's what really triggers me more. You know?
Nice, right on.
Yeah.
Sick. And then, do you have like a specific celebratory thing you like to do when the album's completely done written or done recorded or the release date is out? Like, do you have a little ritual or thing you like to do to celebrate?
No, no, no. It's just it's done. You know, and it's also how can I say that? In any from my experience of long creative process, so to speak, like when I was in school and writing classical music and everything, you have a very clear idea of what you want to do, and that's what sparks me on, you know, on doing it. And so you're gonna work for months on something, and me, I get at a point that's all what I'm thinking 24/7, this and that, and then once it's done, it's like it takes so much time to get it out of my system, you know, because that's all I've been thinking. And what I found interesting, it's that it's not what you expected that you want it to be. Even if you have a very clear idea of what you want, you always ended up in unknown territories. Like, oh, I know exactly what I want to do. And then at the end of the day, it's like you ended up in a place that you never thought you would be. So that's the fun process of it. But yeah, so that's what I really like, but no specific, like, you know, ritual or whatever.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I'm sure it feels great to get past that whole process and, you know, like you got to charge up for it, but then also take a break to get, you know, years from now to write another one.
Yeah. Even if we made a few records, it's always like an intimidating process for me, but especially in the lyric thing. Maybe it's because of the language barrier or something. I can speak good English, but to write poetry, it's a different thing. You know, it's a lot of work. That's the toughest part for me. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Any last words you want to say for the fans or listeners out there in general? Or
The fans are fucking amazing, man. The amount of people that I met on this tour and, you know, sharing their enthusiasm about the band's music and everything, I couldn't be more thankful. They're just great. There wouldn't be no band if they wouldn't be there. I would be making music in my bedroom, you know. So it's because of them, you know, and I'm very, very grateful for this. Yeah.
right on. Well, Luc, thanks so much for taking the time to do this. Soundcheck was sounding killer. Can't wait to see it all. Hell yeah. But yeah, cheers. This is Tom Sundgren from Capital Chaos TV, and we'll see you guys next time.